Impression of Chandler's kids in his corner saying, "Give me 11 herds of spices, man." A la Tony Ferguson. Okay. Come on, put that A1 on him now. They got their own, like, catchphrases for, like, combinations. Put that A1 steak sauce on him. Come on now. Lemon and herb. Lemon and herb. What the fuck you guys telling me to do out there? I told you, stick to the fucking code we had. Lemon and herb, man. Lemon and herb. 2 wings and a 5. 2 wings and a 5, Mike. Come on, Pops. Kids, I'm fucking lost out here. You gotta tell, we gotta go over these things beforehand. Take his bite. Take his bite. I'm joking. Nah, let's not go that far. Cocoa butter. Cocoa butter. You ashy. You ashy. As he's in a submission. Nah, I don't know what they would say. I like to think like your legs are ashy would be like they're in danger of being leg locked or something. I don't know what code they'd work out. Impression of Alonzo Manyfield being shot dead in Halifax over an argument stemming from a parking spot. No. Don't like it. Sir, get away from us. We don't want to shoot you, sir. I'm armed and ready to use it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Sir, somebody just took your parking spot for a short moment in time, sir. You're going to have to calm down and take yourself out of the store. Don't like it. Don't like it. Sorry. It's the scariest thing in the world, dude. Someone with autism saying, don't like it, don't like it. You best fucking clear the room. Hide your kids, dude. There's about to be a fucking rampage. Don't like it. Don't like it. You've messed up their schedule. You've messed up their order and their particular way of doing things, and it's time. It's time for a fucking... There used to be an autistic kid in my school that used to literally go silent and then flip a table and go, "Rah!" like that. He used to, like, get in trouble. He was, like, a really smart kid, and if he got something wrong, he would go silent, and the whole room was just, like... shifting away from him. Even the teachers were scared to go up to him because if you like questioned him, like, so why did we get that one wrong? He would go and flip the fucking table over and everything. It was great. It wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. I didn't experience that story I told you in first person. Please take action in removing Nina from the sport. You can actually do it if you start a big hate wave. The hate wave is what keeps Nina alive. She baits hate. Like, she knows that, like, she's useless to this world. And everybody comments on her stuff and reposts it saying 40 years old, by the way. And it gets another 1 million interactions. Like, if you just ignored Nina, she would cease to exist outside of her flighter interviews. Down syndrome Joe Rogan, but all of his catchphrases are about chocolate milk and trains in the MCU. What's MCU? Thank you for the $5. All of his catchphrases are about chocolate milk. It's Joe Rogan, man. Yay! Chocolate milk! Aquaman! Yes, that is Aquaman, Joe Rogan. MCU is the Marvel universe. Weirdest MMA dream. Mine's was when... All white guys know what I just felt there. Mine's was when... We don't take kindly to your kind right here. I'm joking now. Yours was when... Sorry, you've been in chatting a long time, and I've never noticed that about you, dude. Interesting to know. Mine's was when. Intriguing. we don't take kindly to your kind right here. I'm joking now. Sorry. Thank you for the $5. What's up, brother? Mine's was when Khamzat fought Tim Elliott and lost due to a broken foot injury TKO. Have a jolly day, lad. Whoa! Hang on a second. We're back to white. Have a jolly day, lad, after mine's was when. What's going on here? You one of those bedtime MMA guys? Thank you for the 5. Have a jolly day, lad. You've completely flipped it. All right, now we're back to you're an Irish person. Khamzat fought Tim Elliott and lost due to a foot injury TKO. That was a weird MMA dream you've had. I've had a weird MMA dream that I was playing Fortnite Battle Royale with UFC fighters. I spoke about this on a stream before. There's actually a video of it on a clip channel. If you type in MMA Guru Dream, it will probably come up. But I had like a weird like Fortnite Battle Royale dream where me and a bunch of UFC fighters dropped into this space. And for some reason, like XQC was there as well. I don't know why. For the $5, impression of McGregor calling Dana for the White House card on the third time. Dana, please let me in there, yeah? I'm losing me fucking mind out here, yeah? These fucking pissing me off, Louis. I saw a video of McGregor back in the day with a highlight of McGregor, and D was there. Dude, McGregor, you fucking idiot, man. So disrespectful to D Devlin, dude. McGregor's in the cage, yeah, and he's exhausted after a training session. And D is watching him from outside of the octagon in this worn-down gym. Probably from when they were much younger in Ireland. McGregor must have been in his early 20s, and D must have been in her early 20s as well. And she's readying his shoes to be put on, undoing his laces to make them loose, so that he can easily slip them on. And she's like smiling at him in this way that any man would dream of, man. She was a real one for him, you know. And that's so lame of McGregor to cheat on her, man. So fucking lame. Anyway. Simping over an Irish paug. What's happened, mate? Thank you for the £2. Simping over an Irish paug. What's happened, mate? Oh, me to D Devlin? I'm not simping. I'm giving her respect as a fucking great woman that she is. And it's not simping. The fuck? Impression of Marab in... Some women, chat, deserve to be simped for. Absolutely fucking true. You just got to pick the right ones. Instead of simping for some fucking whore. Bitch. Cunt. Nobody said anything about statistics, bro. Chill out. Is Lucas Tracy schizophrenic? He might be, yeah. I don't know. No, I don't know if he's schizophrenic. I'm not sure. But let it be known, the only time he went live for you guys over the past year was when he felt like he was losing his fan base because of a shit tier list. Oh, God, stop. He actually made like a deal with himself, definitely at some point, to not go live again. And the only time he went live was probably him stressing out in his room after posting the tier list and feeling like he needs to justify himself. But dude, I believe in Vucenic, dude. I believe in the process, dude. You live that martial arts life, you'll make it, dude. You'll get there one day. If you're just like, yes or no, chat, if you just exist for long enough as a better than worse like MMA fighter, you're bound to see the UFC someday. You know what I mean? And see some level of UFC success. Don't you think? So even if you don't get there when you want to get there, or you don't get there when you're undefeated, if you just stay like a reasonably high winning percentage fighter on the MMA regional scene, you're bound to get a call up at some point. You're bound to get brought back in. Unless you're making money elsewhere, of course. But that's if you want to be a UFC fighter, this is. Some fighters don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just need to be you just need to be on average coming off of a win or two. You know what I mean? Even if sometimes you lose. You know what I'm saying? If you're on average on a 2-fight win streak on the regional scene, the UFC's got you on their radar. How much do you value robberies when it comes to the legacy for fighters? For example, nearly all of Romero's losses could have been wins for him. No, I disagree with that take completely. Thank you for the $5. I don't mind the robbery thing when it comes to the legacy of fighters, but not all of Romero's losses could have been wins for him. The Adesanya one I agree with. Yeah. The Whittaker ones I don't agree with. You can't give him a 10-8 in round 5. I disagree with that. Well, no, you can't give him a 10-8 in round 3 of that fight. Whittaker didn't even really get dropped in round 3. If you know, you know. He actually didn't even touch the ground. He sunk for a bit and stumbled backwards. And then popped right back up and actually shoulder barged Romero. Like, he wasn't that badly hurt in the third. Even though Romero started going crazy on him, he still cracked him back with elbows and shit. He's actually winning the exchange in the pocket in moments in the third, so... Yeah, I disagree with the Romero take. And he clearly lost the first fight to Whittaker. That was clear as can be. So, but I get the whole, robbery thing coming into play with people's legacies. But I think that should be like a deciding factor if two people are neck and neck. Like if you've got two people and you can't decide who's the GOAT and one of them has a robbery win, the other guy's the GOAT. You know what I mean? So that's when it should come into play. I think I remember you telling me the first full pay-per-view you watched was McGregor-Khabib. Nah, I never did. I never told you that. I've always said it was McGregor versus Poirier on the DJ versus Caruso card. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Ghibli singing Take On Me. Pour on me, pour on me. So, impression of Mikey Musumeci getting brutally flatline KO'd in the streets by a guy who only boxes casually and thinks BJJ is a type of gay porn. I'm a fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and one of the best in the world. Yeah, you're fucking gay. That's what you are, kid. You're gonna fucking rue the day when I set up my leg lock and tangle. Fucking nerd. Somebody had to fucking shut up that fucking dweeb. Thank you for the $5. Impression of True Geordie seeing Islam getting KO'd and pooing on himself. And True Geordie jumps the cage to smear it all over himself. Oh, lovely Patty. I'm wallowing in love. Oh, lovely. I don't know what he would do. Can we get the longest Derek Lewis battle cry after he ground and pounds his wife while Jones watches with joy? And way to go, Derek. Wait, what's this? Yucky. Yucky. I didn't think this is what you meant by ground and pound. Boo! Man, fuck that, y'all. I was joking, y'all. I really meant fucking her, y'all. Yucky! Yuck! What are you doing, Derek? That's John Jones. Mikey Musumeci and Joe Rogan sexual dialogue from a heel hook position. Mikey Musumeci and Joe Rogan sexual dialogue from a heel hook position. This is where I've always wanted to be with someone. And gay, folks. No, Mikey Musumeci, folks. Impression of Korean zombie as rooftop Korean shoots, John Jones. I don't know about that stuff. You'll stay on my store.
Merab goes on 8-10, or the same.
Is anybody gonna beat Merab? He is a problem.
Yeah, he's
DJ.
the gas tank. I mean, the way I've talked to Aljo, the way he trains, and he just doesn't stop. He doesn't. I thought if anyone was going to beat him,
it was Umar.
It was Umar.
Yep,
because
I thought so
Umar
too.
has the grappling X factor.
Yep,
but fucking
he
Merab
actually got him, dude. That was crazy.
Wrestling here, and this is where I want to pivot. You know, one of the friend of the show, MMA Guru, and I kind of believe him on this. He says, if you have wrestling, your wrestling pedigree is from America. I don't give a shit what it is. If you're coming from Caucasus, meaning like, Dagestan, Georgia, the wrestling is better, right? And
wait.
I don't know what he said
better?
for Britain.
What's better?
Because
I know he's like MMA Guru. I don't really know who he is.
Yes.
But I've heard his name come up a bunch.
Yeah.
Tell me what he said exactly.
If I see someone from the Caucasus and I say they've got a wrestling background and they're from that region, I'm looking at them and I'm like, God, this guy's probably going to make it to the top. I look over the Atlantic, I see some kind of prospect, high school this, national comp this. Yeah, I just watched you put your head against someone's leg on the Contender Series for 3 rounds and get out damaged and lose. But DC says I'm wrong.
I don't know what he said.
I
think what he said exactly is that I don't care what your wrestling pedigree is in America. Like, if you have like NCAA, whatever it is.
It's better over there.
No, if you're going to get somebody who has like a Sambo background or a wrestling background from, what was it, Caucasus? What do you say?
The Caucasus Mountains. That's where I compete with him. Caucasus region.
Caucasus region, right? It don't mean, that means more than an NCAA title.
Like
in mixed martial arts.
Wait. He said a combat sambo means more. Combat sambo.
Look it up real quick. She's gonna look it up.
It has to be combat sambo.
Well, I think he just said he doesn't.
Because if it's combat sambo,
it's totally different.
Yes, because they strike, they do jujitsu, they do all kinds of stuff.
That's why I was.
That's different.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is American wrestling does not translate.
Translate, yes. It doesn't. I agree with them. Here's the reason why.
Tell me.
I agree with them because you think about it. When does somebody start wrestling? And I didn't start wrestling in America. I didn't start wrestling. Yeah. I didn't start wrestling until I was in 8th grade, right?
Like America, like where else did I live?
Yeah. I didn't start wrestling until 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
And all I did was spear wrestling. When would you say somebody in Dagestan or Georgia start combat or just start combat sambo or sambo in general?
So they start wrestling, and wrestling in all these sports around 5 years old.
5 years old, right?
They start going, they really identify what they're best at, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you show more potential in Greco-Roman, they move you to just Greco-Roman. If you show more potential in freestyle, they move you there. Combat sambo, they'll move you. They move you into the places that they think you are more equipped for.
Mm-hmm.
Then you train that specifically.
Until
you get to whatever you're going to be.
Gotcha.
World champion, Olympic champion, whatever that desired peak is in the sport. But to say anything is, I don't think that's true, because we wrestle from a young age. I started at 10 years old.
Damn.
I was a kid. I went to my first world championships at 15.
But I think if you take 100 wrestlers who've wrestled in America, and you take 100 people from Georgia, Dagestan, I think the numbers...
I can't agree with that, man.
Really?
Man, you're going crazy. You let this dude convince you that? That is not true, dog. Man, you tripping.
I think it translates more because you think about the striking.
Tell me Combat Sambo.
Combat Sambo.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I agree.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Combat
they're
Sambo.
striking.
But if it's just wrestling versus wrestling, you can't. No.
You don't know that. You don't know who's going to be more successful in the UFC.
But when it's Combat Sambo, when it's like, okay, I'm training leg locks at 8 years old.
Yes.
I'm going to be way better off than a guy who's just training
MMA.
In MMA.
Except for the outliers. Except for the outliers, right? There are outliers, like myself.
Yes.
Like you.
Yes.
Like Henry Cejudo.
Yes, that's why you gotta have 100 of us.
Yes, there are outliers that will be better than that guy.
Yes, because I did fight Ali Bogatinov, who was a Sambo combat world champion. And when I got in there, I just ate his ass up in the clinch.
Of course.
I beat him up in the, I think he took me down, I stood back up. I was able to take him away from that. But when you look at guys like...
You're talking about if we put 100 wrestlers, 100, and we just do the data, they'll probably have more success because they've been striking and grappling long.
Exactly, in mixed martial arts. So I can understand, but if it goes for, wrestling, I don't think that's a fair assessment, right?
It's not a fair assessment because when we do wrestling, they beat us.
Yeah.
Historically, they've been beating us.
Yeah.
But we've had a run recently where we were the best team in the world. So it's like, it kind of goes and flows. When I was a kid, we were the best team in the world again because Kevin Jackson and Kenny Monday and John Smith and Kendall Cross and Tom Brands, Terry Brands, we were the best in the world. Right? And then they started beating up on us all the way through the years I was wrestling. The Russians were the best. And then after that, when Jordan Burroughs and Kyle Dake and David Taylor, we were the best in the world again.
So it's always going like this.
It's going up and down. But right now, they're the best. They're the best again. In Dagestan, people are the best. Like, it's a lot of wrestlers from that region. So right now, they're the best. But again, we will have kids in America that will ultimately get to a point where they get good enough, then we're the best. And then they'll come back. It
ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows.
Go MMA, you say the wrong thing, and I can neutralize a source of your income in a snap of the fingers like that. You little leech parasite human. Add that to the outro of your fucking video.